Back to the Cavs we go, guys, and it has been an incredible start to the season for Cleveland. Steve, if you want to take $2.99 here for whenever you get a chance. The Cavs, through 62 games, are 52-10. That ties the 8th best start in the history of the NBA. They have 3 separate 12-game or more win streaks this season alone. That is only the second time in the history of the league that has ever happened. The 06-07 Mavs.
That's funny. I would have thought it was, the Bulls or the Warriors that had that record.
The 06-07 Mavs.
The Cavs' other win streaks this year, I know, are 15. What was the other one? Was it 12 exactly?
12-12, yeah. And the current one they're on is 12.
And they won 16 of 17.
Yep. If you take just their wins from the 3 win streaks, so 12, 12, and 15, that gets you to 37. 39.
Yeah.
My bad, my math sucks. The Cavs would be in 4th place in the Eastern Conference. If they lost every other game that wasn't part of the 3 win streaks,
that's funny.
They would have 39 wins, 3 more than Milwaukee, who is currently in 4th place in the Eastern Conference. It's the best start in team history. The season they won 66 games. They started 51-11, 1 game back between 52 and 10. My question to you guys is this. We obviously talk about the Cavs every day on this show. But are we appreciating the greatness enough of what we are seeing from this team on a day-to-day basis? Have we put this into context? Are we fully appreciating the greatness we are witnessing here, Bull?
I don't know how we would define that, but I'd say yes. I mean, we spent on this show, we've spent way more time talking about the Cavs than we ever have. I mean, I think we've talked about them even more than we were on the radio percentage-wise when LeBron was here, because the regular seasons were kind of boring in a way. Now, personally, I'm kind of done with the regular season. I want this next month to go by fast. But I've enjoyed regular season basketball for the Cavs as much, if not more, than any season since I've lived here. And it's been fun because they play hard every night. They play every night. The Cavs don't do a lot of this maintenance day stuff.
No, they do. It might be one. But the thing is, you always have a superstar. Like, they don't rest the whole starting 5.
Right.
Like, it's not that. Exactly. It's like Donovan might not play this night, or Evan ain't going to play this night, but the rest is. Like, that's how they doing it. But I think, to answer the question, I think, honestly, no. I don't think that people are appreciated enough, because I think that, to your point, what you said at the end of that is, I'm ready for the regular season to be done. For a lot of people, it's not the fact. I don't think they realize that the Cavs have done these streaks and how rare that is, because in their mind, all they're thinking about is playoffs. What this team gonna do in the playoffs? Oh, what this team gonna do in the guard? Against Boston in the playoffs? Boston. To the point where I don't think people really are paying attention to the fact that, like, 3 times in 1 year they went 12 or better on.
If they lose in the semifinals to the Bucks, are you going to look back at the season fondly?
I'm going to look back on this season and say I was a great run. At least they did some magical things.
There's only one way to look back if they don't make it to the finals, and that's just a disappointment.
Right. And that's what makes it tricky. Part of you want –
again, I'm right.
I think you could enjoy the ride.
I don't think people are.
But it's hard in basketball.
Because in everybody's mind, it's all about the playoffs. And I mean, I get it. I totally get it. But like to say that we really been paying, like, people been appreciative of how great. No.
How do we look back at those 07 Patriots?
You don't even think about it.
Right.
They lost.
That's a shame, too. 18-0.
I don't agree. I think we have spent so much time talking about this team, way more than we have in the past.
I agree with that.
Fans are bananas for this team. The place is packed every night. We've talked about them in such minutia that we really only normally reserve for football. So I don't think they're being underappreciated at all. Now, you want to say, is the national media underappreciating them? Maybe. A, I don't care. B, I don't watch enough national media to know what the truth is.
No,
but I don't know. Are you watching national media? I mean, I don't. I never put on ESPN unless I'm watching a game these days. Ever.
I forget where. I'll be somewhere, and every time I'm somewhere, I'm at the radio station. They always got ESPN on, and they got the captions on, and I'm reading Mad Dog say what he says. Even they obviously gave them their flowers. Kendrick Perkins gave them their flowers. But there's a bunch of other people.
But is anybody talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder anymore? I doubt it.
I mean, out of the West, that's
Did they win last night? Who won that game last night? The Grizz.
I don't know. I know
OKC won.
Okay.
Yeah, they're 51-11.
SGA is
but you know,
awesome.
I don't know if they're getting any more hype. It is what it is.
Well, they don't have the defending champs on their side.
Right.
Like, to them in the West, it's like who's gonna beat them in
The
the West?
Celtics are going to be the favorites until they lose.
Rightfully so. But
Yeah.
I'm saying that blurs people, like, because in their mind that's all they're thinking about is, oh, when this team plays Boston in the
Yeah.
playoffs. Like, that's where everybody want to fast forward to. Like, all right, let's get to the Boston Celtics in the playoffs to the point where I think you could overlook some of the
I
stuff.
You know what
think
the
it's
Cavs'
fair-
last loss was?
It was to Boston.
How long ago was it, though?
The beginning of February, right?
It's been over a month.
Yeah.
Haven't lost a game in a month. First team in the NBA to
But we
clinch a
talk
playoff
about
spot.
these things all the time. I don't buy that we're not appreciating it enough. I mean, give me something we could do that would prove that
I'm not saying you guys aren't. I'm
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I'm not saying you in particular.
No, I know, but what is it that's not being done that could be done to me? It's so abstract what you guys are talking about that it's hard to, you can't really pinpoint.
I just feel like people are over this.
I just think that's a basketball thing.
Maybe.
No?
It could be. That could be it.
You know?
It's a lot of people enjoying what the Lakers is doing right now, and it's still the regular season.
Who though? Outside of Lakers fans, nobody cares.
Well, there's a lot of Lakers fans.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot of guys
that's
that root for just players and watch the league
Yeah.
and fans of just the NBA in general. Yeah, people are watching what Los Angeles is doing and kind of excited about seeing if they can make a run.
They like, oh, this team could be the team in the West.
Well, what they're doing is kind of new. The Cavs
Hey,
have been
man,
playing.
I wanna
this way
see the
all
Lakers in the
See,
finals,
and that's what I'm talking about. It's
But-
new, but the Cavs.
but nobody
this
here-
is the third time in one season that they've had
But
12
Tyvis,
wins in a row.
But we've talked about it a lot. I mean, nobody cares here about the Lakers. We're not talking
I
about
think
the Lakers.
Well, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that care about the Lakers.
I disagree. I disagree. I think that a lot of people care about the Lakers. My son is 11 years old, and he's like,
Yeah.
LeBron and Luka are on. You watching? I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we're watching. I mean, people care.
I don't know.
And by the way,
The Lakers are a popular team. I get it.
Yes.
because the face of the Lakers
LeBron is
on our
over
team.
there. Yeah.
And he was from this area and played on our team. How cool would it be, by the way? I just said this. under my
Lakers and
breath.
Cavs?
Lakers Cavs finals. Come on, let's go.
It's not out of
Yeah.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Let's go.
End the championship drought with LeBron and continue
Wouldn't that
it
be
by
something?
beating it.
would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be something? Oh man, you know what's funny though?
Yeah.
It's because what would happen is if that happened, they would bring the clips of. Didn't LeBron say on Travis Kelce stuff that he like cheering for the Cavs
Yeah.
and he wants them to win another
Right,
ring
yeah.
and all those, and people was like, I don't know if you really feel that way. Well, if he lose to them, I mean that's kind of wild. Like.
What? Like he tanked the series?
No, I wouldn't say he tanked the series, but it'd be kind of wild, like to say, like,
Yeah.
you won your ring against the person that won you your last ring. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. Like it truly would mean that we've moved on from the LeBron.
Well, this franchise has never won. Literally has never won without the guy that wears number
Yeah, I
23.
think they've won 2 playoff series, 3 maybe.
Yeah, not even
Is
close.
that-
Without LeBron, maybe 4. I don't know. Not many.
It's not many.
I think the Cavs have gotten. I don't know. I'm trying to remember if they've gotten to a conference final. I think they did once.
When they,
I can look
Without
it up.
with
LeBron.
Jordan, that wasn't the conference finals.
No,
I don't think it was the conference finals.
no.
I can tell you,
I think
LeBron
way
was
back.
here through. Left in 19, correct? 18-19 season he left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go back,
Let's go back before
No, you
2000.
gotta go back.
92 they did make the conference finals.
Oh, it was 92.
92 they lost in 6 to the Bulls,
Okay.
and in 75-76 they lost in the They've made it twice without
Twice
LeBron.
to the
in
conference final. Right. In 75-76, you only had to win 1 round to get to the conference final.
That is
right?
correct. Yes, they started in the conference semis,
That's how it should
and
be.
then yeah.
All right.
You
One
like
last
that?
thing, then one last thing, we'll move on.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, to have 3 separate 12-game win streaks in the first 62 games of the season
Yeah.
is absurd.
It's wild.
And Donovan talked about this. I asked Donovan last night, you guys haven't played your best basketball in the last 4 games. And I don't want to call it a slump because you're in the middle of a 12-game win streak, but you're not playing your best. And he said, and I loved his answer. He goes, A, we clinched a playoff berth tonight. Let's clap it up real quick. Did a little clap. Let's move on. That was the expectation. We have much bigger goals. And secondly, it's cool we're on a 12-game win streak, the only people talking about this win streak right now are people outside of this building. To us, it's all about playoff prep. The first win streak was cool. We had that in our minds. It's obviously impossible to ignore 15-0 when you start a season like that. But the one in the middle of the season and this one doesn't faze us. We barely realize it from the inside perspective. And I just like to hear that from the team's best player and leader. You know, we could talk about it and make a big deal out of it, and it is a big deal. But to them, it's a game-by-game process. And I think that's part of the reason they've been so successful during the regular season thus far.
Yeah. I think they take every game seriously. Not to the point where it's over the top and you're wearing guys out, because clearly that's not happening. But every time they're on the court, this team wants to win. There's no nights off. That one game in Miami a while back felt like they took a night off, kind of. Outside of that, I know they got crushed by Oklahoma City, but they play hard every night.
Because here's the thing, man. There's not one guy on the team that's like the lead dog who says I'm gonna pull back tonight. Like the entire team, they're all pulling their weight. Yeah. And because I don't know, they're such a great team overall. Yeah. That they're not gonna just buy into like, we can take this night off. Like, man, they're just not that. They don't have that in their DNA.
Well, I have to give credit a little bit to JB Bickerstaff because he was the first person that told them that. Like when you was a young player, he made them practice hard and all those things. And although he's not here anymore and he's doing a great job with Detroit, and obviously it worked out for both parties, but you can't deny the fact that at least those guys' bodies is conditioned to go hard, like on a night-to-night basis. So Kenny comes in, and Kenny can do the things that he's doing because he doesn't have to teach effort, because JB had that as a foundation. Like, y'all gonna give me 100% effort. Yeah. So actually, it worked out perfectly. You know, so to give a little credit to JB, even though he's not here anymore, I do want to acknowledge the fact that you can't deny the fact that he helped build a solid foundation because he dealt with these guys when they were first coming into the league, and he molded them correctly.
Been just an incredible season so far. I wonder at the end of the season if they have a chance to win 70 games. If that will mean anything to them.
Tune in tomorrow, because that's what we're going to lead the YouTube show with.
All right.
They got to go 18-2 to become the third team ever to win 70 regular season games. It's only happened twice before. We're going to dive into that tomorrow. All right.